Hi, it's Monday Morning with Cheryl. I don't know if you've heard of Gretchen Rubin, but I have read a number of her books, and she has a podcast, and I haven't read any of her newest ones. I think she has one new one that I haven't read. But I find that I refer back to her one book that I've read called The Four Tendencies. And what this book is about is how we meet expectations. Outer expectations and inner expectations. And this just came up a couple of weeks ago with a client, and I thought it might be fun to share it with you here on the video. So, and especially now I'm back in the school setting, and we think about how can we get these kids to do these things, whatever it may be. So I often hear parents say that, oh, how can I get my child to? So there are four tendencies, and there's a quick quiz that you can use. And Gretchen Rubin found that people usually fit into one of these four categories. So again, you can take the quick quiz and see what you think yours might be. But there are four. There is the upholder. This is the person that can meet inner and outer expectations without any help. I can't believe it, but I couldn't decide if I'm upholder or an obliger. An obliger meets all outside expectations, like with work. You would never think not to do something on time. You're just very punctual. You get your work done, very productive. But it's more inner expectations that you have a harder time with. And what an obliger would do would get somebody outside to help you be accountable for your expectations of whatever you're trying to achieve. So for example, in certain areas, I am an obliger. I can't always get myself to work out in the way that I'd want to. So I have a trainer on occasion that helps me meet those expectations I have. So anyway, so upholder is you meet your inner and outer one without much difficulty. And again, it's not always clean. And I just tested myself again, and it came out as an upholder. There are good and bad traits to all of these, and one is not necessarily better than the other. So I just want to put that out there. So there's good and bad qualities to both. Obliger, again, you meet all outer expectations without any problem. It's the inner ones, things for yourself, that you might need someone else to hold you accountable. Then there's the questioner. The questioner wants to be sure that whatever you're doing makes sense. They will ask a lot of questions, and they, again, want to be sure that it makes sense for them to do what they're supposed to do. And I think that, if I'm not mistaken, is for inner and outer. They really want to be sure that it makes sense, and they want to understand why they are needing to do it. And then there's the rebel. They can't meet their own expectations or outside expectations. And on each chapter, and I couldn't remember the ones for the other three, but on the one for rebel, it makes me laugh. She has like a one sentence descriptor. So for a rebel, it says, you can't make me and neither can I. So rebels, you really have to deal with or support in an interesting way in order to help them meet expectations if you're a parent or supervisor of some kind with employees that are rebels. So when you're dealing with your child or helping to support your child, think about how you approach these people. If somebody is a rebel and you say, you have to, oh my gosh, that's never going to get done. And even in her book, she gave the explanation of a doctor using these four tendencies. Somebody has diabetes, and it's really important that they stick to a diet, do some exercise, and take care of themselves. If you say you have to do this, a rebel is not going to want to do it. So by giving choices, what do you think will work best for you? Those kind of things will help rebels. And again, with questioners, be sure you've got enough information. You can answer their questions, all that sort of thing. So next time you meet someone or you've got a family member, think about it. Which of these four categories do they fit in? And if, again, you're the parent or a supervisor and thinking how you can best interact with this person because things need to get done, you might have a different strategy depending on what their tendency is. She came out with a new app. I think it's called the Happier app, and I just started it, and I really like it. I'm going to put it in the parent brief. Kind of fun, get you motivated a little bit, so you might want to check it out. It's called the Happier app. It is free. And you might want to check out one of her books. I have really enjoyed them. One's about habits. This one's about expectations. And I actually read another one, but I can't think of it at this moment. So think about who you are. Take the quiz. It takes 2 minutes. Learn more about it. If you have any questions or want to discuss it, I'd love to hear what your tendency wound up to be. All right. Have a good day and take care.